Hello everyone and welcome back to my Beyond the Gates 24 official YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Dani Dupree will crash someone's big moment, while Eva Thomas and Ted Richardson bond. In other news, sparks fly between Catherine Cat Richardson and Tomas Tom Navarro, and a new character is about to enter the oil. Read on below to find out further about what's to come on the newest CBS cleaner. Beyond the Gates spoilers for Tuesday's show suggest that Dani will crash her family, Nicole Richardson's big interview. Entertainment Tonight co-host, Nichelle Turner, is slated to appear on the Tuesday occasion, as she interviews the Good Croaker about the prestigious award is about to admit. Unfortunately, it looks like Dani may not be apprehensive of Nicole's schedule, and she'll burst onto the scene as Nichelle is asking Nicole some hard-hitting questions. How bad will this look on Nicole? Will Nichelle refrain from adding any drama to her interview member once it airs? Across city, Eva will bond with Ted, so will she start to realize that her mama, Dana Leslie Thomas, might be lying about the situation? Leslie has stated that Ted left her when he set about she was pregnant. Still, he seems too far nice of a man to do such a thing. Is Leslie lying? Will Eva figure this out? Meanwhile, Tomas will show interest in Kat, but will she repay? She can be a bit station-y when she wants to be. The two participated some sparks at Bill Hamilton's and Haley Lawson's, so will they act on their coyness? In other news, Jacob Hawthorne will get a new mate. Will it be a womanish or manly mate? Should Naomi Hamilton Hawthorne be concerned? Only time will tell. Are you agitated about Tuesday's occasion? Partake your studies below. Watch BTG on CBS Daily to catch all the drama behind the gates of Fairmont Crest, and visit CTS frequently for the most over-to-date Beyond the Gates news and spoilers. We open in Nicole's office, where she's surprised to see that Eva is formerly hard at work in her new position. Also comes Nicole's turn to do the surprising "we need to bandy the giant in the room," she tells Eva. And don't act like you don't know what I'm talking about. No, Nicole isn't pertaining to Eva intimately being Ted's son. She's talking about Dani pulling a gun on Bill and Haley at their #shotgun wedding, footage of which has since gone viral online. Eva says it must be nice to be part of a family that rallies together when one of their own is in extremity. And speaking of one of their own, Kat walks in on Eva while she's digging through Nicole's office. "Who the hell are you?" she asks. And the cold shoulder only gets icier from there. When Eva mentions that she knows Mona, Kat points out that Eva only got the job because of her connections. "It sure was your particular style," Kat says, drawing attention to Eva's thrills. Kat's billabong station continues. "You run my mama's schedule, not mine," she tells Eva. "Don't concern yourself with what I'm doing or where I'm going. Also, my pater is overseeing Laura's care. She'll be back on her bases soon enough, so don't get comfortable." "This went south real fast, stops launch over," Eva says, but Kat refuses. "No need," she replies. "This is a short-term assignment. Perhaps indeed shorter than you suppose." At the restaurant, Mona and Leslie are agitating the Laura situation with Ashley's mama. Mona theorizes that with all the security footage available near the point of the accident, the police are bound to crack the case sooner rather than laterally. Unfortunately, as Jacob relays to Ted, the security footage is principally useless. "I detest to say it, but we've hit a dead end," Jacob says, all while Eva listens in from the other side of the door. Jacob laterally meets his father at the restaurant, where they bandy the damn near useless footage from Laura's auto crash. Jacob also says he regrets not acting briskly when Dani pulled her gun at Bill and Haley's marriage. He feels like he failed as a police officer. His father tries to ease his guilt, telling him that there's further than one kind of duty. He's not just a Bobby. He's also a family man, and he's supposed like one. "It all worked out okay," he tells Jacob. "Take a runner from the Beatles, son, let it be." Fresh off her tense talk with Kat, Eva soon finds herself talking face-to-face with another Richardson, Ted, aka her natural father. Recalling their brief meeting with Leslie, Eva is seething. That man thinks he's God's gift to black women far and wide, Eva says, calling him fraud then knockoff Gucci. Eva admits that she was tempted to expose Ted right also and there, but Leslie appreciates her tolerance. Soon enough, baby girl, Leslie tells her. Our day is just around the corner. That's when Eva begins to put the pieces together. She knows that Leslie has a history of riding motorcycles, and she knows that she's serving from Laura being in the sanitarium, so she asks Leslie point blank, did you do it? Leslie can't believe Eva would indeed suppose such a thing, asking her son if she's getting cold bases. You don't have to go through with this, Leslie says, but Eva is each in. After all these times, Ted Richardson will eventually get what he deserves. At the country club, Vanessa is toadying, indeed, drooling, over her particular coach Diego, but that wanton smile incontinently leaves her face when she sees her hubby Doug arrive. Over breakfast, Doug apologizes for working so much recently, noting that he knows she feels neglected. She originally suggests that he hand off some of his cases along to other croakers at his practice, but also she accepts the data. I guess cardiac surgeons will always be in high demand, she says. Your cases are lucky to have you. I am, too. Diego interrupts the couple's awkward breakfast with a question for Vanessa. His kinsman is interested in one of her rosters, and he'd like Diego to look at it before he comes to city. And reason for Diego and Vanessa to be alone in an empty house? How accessible. Of course, Vanessa isn't the only one keeping a secret in this relationship. While she's drooling up Diego, she's blissfully ignorant that Doug is allowing about his true passion, gambling. And we do mean blissfully ignorant. She doesn't indeed suppose anything of it when he literally drops a poker chip on the table. The only catch about Doug's gambling problem? He's a terrible bettor. We see him at a summer house, where he's told he can't adopt any further plutocrat until his tab is paid off, so he places a sketchy phone call to his chum Randy, who works for the proprietor of this fine gambling establishment. Doug, do I look like your puck godmother? Randy says when he arrives. You and me go back to the sandbox, and you know I would take a pellet for you, but I wouldn't help you dig your own grave. Randy suggests he go to Vanessa, whose family is loaded, but he's too prideful for similar effects. The Richardsons are also at the country club, meeting to catch up over breakfast. Kat reflections her enterprises about Eva to Nicole, suggesting that they could have another Haley on their hands. She's not wrong, but Nicole doesn't know that, so she tells her bratty seed to zip her lip and be regardful. Like a canine with a bone, Kat wouldn't let the Eva thing go, suggesting that Nicole has a blind spot. I've a sixth sense about these effects, Kat says. And that girl is sus. You're going to lament bringing her into our lives. Nicole latterly exchanges with her favorite son-in-law Smitty, who explains that he's feeling lost now that his and Martin's teenagers are getting more independent. He skirmishes off her suggestion of joining Martin's political platoon, adding that he's been putting out feelers to see if he could go back into reporting professionally. He hasn't told Martin yet, but it turns out there's no need, because his husband is wiretapping on the discussion from the other side of the room. And Smitty isn't the only one with big career plans. Joining his mama at the table, Martin reveals, I'm considering running for chairman. Scorned by being cheated on, Dani Dupree got her groove back when she hopped between the waists with resident showstopper, Andre Richardson still. Could their on-night stand turn into a lifelong commitment? The show has continuously repeated that Dani got married to Bill Hamilton at the age of 19 and their marriage lasted for times, which would make Ms. Dupree in her mid-50s. Still, age is nothing but a number in the land of detergents, where the insolvable is always possible, right? There are women in their mid-50s who have had children, and while it's not probable, it can be. So, will Dani find out she's pregnant formally again? After their one night of passion, Dani let Andre down gently, making it clear that this was a one-and-done deal. But would effects change if she said about she was pregnant? As it stands, Dani doesn't have a love interest. Still, Andre is veritably interested in Ashley Morgan. The two flirted a lot in the first week of the show, and will only continue to get near. Indeed, though she does have a swain, Derek Baldwin. What if Ashley decides to leave Derek for Andre, only to find out that Dani is pregnant? Also again, Beyond the Gates spoilers also indicate that Chelsea Hamilton is set to get close to someone the week of March. Could she and Andre partake a one-nighter? What if Chelsea starts to develop passions for Andre? How terrible would she feel if she set out that her mama bet her crush before she did, and the two are awaiting a baby together? Could Dani wind up pregnant with Andre's baby?